extremely disciplined group. Guys play well together. They're basically an over-under team. Zone coverage team has the ability to play some man coverage. Used to be similar to our defense, but it's gotten away from some things that they have done in the past. But we got to play our best football. I mean, that's been our deal. We got to improve each week, and we got to play our best football to beat these guys.
Logan said that they got rid of some base thing. Can you sort of vaguely explain what it is? I don't want to get into that.
No.
They seem particularly good in the red zone for whatever reason. Defensively, I guess they're top 25 in the country, and red zone efficiency on defense. Is there anything in particular they do there that makes them
They're just
difficult to get around?
they're a really disciplined group. You can tell that they're smart kids, well coached, and they do a great job in the red. They've just like you said, they're top 25, and they do a really good job down there.
When you give guys 3 days off at the end of last week, do you notice a difference when you come back and everybody kind of groups up again?
Positives and negatives. Positives are you're fresh. Negatives is you haven't played football in 3 days. So I thought the best thing we did was get out and practice on Sunday and got the cobwebs off a little bit. But with our young team, if we could stay healthy, you wish that you could practice every day, but that was unrealistic. A bye came at the right time for our health. We needed to get some time off, so it came at the right time.
People were talking about the offensive line getting healthy in the bye week. How banged up were those guys up front?
Banged up.
Really banged up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were. I'm glad it came right at the right time. I mean, we were fighting tooth and nail to stay healthy. We had Wayne with every time he touched a guy, a stinger occurred. So it came at the right time.
Buggy Hodges, is that move to tight end a permanent thing now?
No.
Just for a scout team?
Yeah, they did a little bit of it whenever we played North Carolina.
Right.
So we're trying to simulate that great tight end that they have down there. So he's practiced at quarterback when we scrimmaged on Sunday, but no, that's not permanent. No, not at all.
What happened to Charlie Meyer? We heard so much about him in the preseason, and it seems like Willie almost kind of stepped up into that spot.
Charlie, he didn't get to practice football in probably the most critical time that you practice. Almost half your football season occurs in training camp, believe it or not. You have 30 some odd practices. And anytime that you miss that time, that's really critical, especially with a young player. You gotta be in training camp, and whenever you're in the season, you really only have 2 major work days, and that's hard to catch up. That's really hard to catch up. And Willie was in training camp, so that's pretty much how it worked.
Is he fully healthy in those hamstrings?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's finally there. It took a long time. I think, gosh, what was it, week 4, was it? Yeah. I think that it was finally back in the swing of things. So he not only missed training camp, he missed 4 weeks of the season. So that's a heck of a lot of makeup time with a young player. Well, even when you're a great player and you miss training camp and you miss 4 weeks of the season of not practicing full speed, it's tough. And it's hard to get in the fold. It's tough.
Happy to have JC back and almost 100%.
Yeah, that's a good thing. He's the experience back, and it's really nice to have him back. He does some things naturally that we really like, and it was misfortunate again that he lost the time that he lost. But I think he's starting to get in the fold a little bit, which will help us tremendously, I think.
He said you guys have sort of simplified some things in the run game. Do you want to go into that at all, or is that another?
No, we have and we haven't. There are some things that we've slightly altered, but nothing earth-shattering at all. Nothing earth-shattering. No, just trying to get better at what we're doing is what we're trying to do.
Logan said he didn't talk to him much over the 3-day break, except for a text message during the FSU Clemson game. Is that tough for you to go that length of time without?
No, he needed to get the heck away from me, to be honest with you. He needed to get away. We all needed to get away. The bye came at a right time. We've been grinding away, and you need to step away from it. Whenever you're trying to find ways to win, you're here together for that amount of time. It was time to get away for sure. So, yeah, I only texted him during the FSU time and said, just get back to work. But besides that was it.
Last week you wanted to at least keep an eye on the UVA Duke games to get an idea of how they used two quarterbacks. They obviously didn't use them a lot.
No, but they used them. They used
Yeah.
them in short yardage, and quarterback hit a long pass play. Probably won the football game for him. 18. He's got abilities to do that. I think they feel, that 7 can probably run their whole package. Where 18. I mean, obviously he won a couple games there, and with him, and he can do some things. But last year they motioned the quarterback out. They haven't done that. I'd expect to see that maybe this week. But we've got a plan. Hopefully when 18's in the game. So,
And they're sort of known for taking those deep shots. You guys have talked about that all week. Do you do anything different preparation-wise to get ready for that?
No. Other than practice, throw a lot of deep balls in practice. Obviously it's based on, the coverage you play and all those kind of things, and we're going to have to mix it up and do some different things. But at the same time, we got to be aggressive and do what we do, and, make the quarterback hold the football or make him make good throws. And this is to me, the best coach offensive football team we'll have seen today. I got the utmost respect for David Cutcliffe and his staff. They've got good enough talent. Right now they're putting up, 460 a game and 36 points a game. And they're probably the most efficient group. Alabama's got great talent. These guys have good talent and but great coaching. And, they're good at what they do, and they've always got an answer for whatever you're doing, to come back, and that's a sign of great coaching, and then they do a great job.
What is it about Cutcliffe and quarterbacks in particular? Does he have some kind of special skill or talent in developing quarterbacks, or does his reputation sort of precede him?
I think
because of the fact he's gotten the man.
Well, obviously, he's able to attract a good quarterback with his reputation. Obviously, he's done a great job with the quarterbacks. I think he's recognized as one of the, top quarterback developers, in the country with what he's done. And obviously, for a guy like Peyton Manning to come back and want to work with him, when he's trying to prepare for after a potentially career-ending injury, I think makes a statement as big as anything, But it's just not him with a quarterback, it's him with his offense. He's been good wherever he's been, at Tennessee, at Ole Miss, here at Duke. He's done a great job at Duke, and a lot of people think of Duke, and they're not the Duke of old. They're the new improved version, and this is a big time game for them, and it's a big time game in the league. For us, they feel like, they can control their destiny. They've got all the big ones, ahead of them. Us, Miami, whoever else they got on it. But I know they got them still, and they feel like they control their own destiny. So they don't just feel like going to a bowl game. They want to go win a championship, which I wouldn't expect any less. But that's how they've built the program since Dave's been there.
Did they use Crowder kind of like they've used those receivers in the past?
Yeah, I think with the Varners and the other guy, I can't remember the other guy's name, but this guy's got a little bit more juice. They run a lot more screens with him, and dynamic player. Got great hands and great movement, great speed. Just a really good football player.
Faison sit out again today?
Yeah.
What's his status?
I don't know. Day to day, we'll see. Hopefully he'll be ready. Be go tomorrow. So we'll see.
It's a fact that Duke they're averaging 180 on the ground or thereabouts. does the running game make them more balanced, or does that make them actually more dangerous offensively than they have been?
Yeah,
in the
because
past?
if they have success running the football, that sets up a lot of their passing game too. I mean, on first down and second and 6 or less, which is the same situation, you're going to get run or play action pass, and then they're going to take some shots and do some of those things. We've got to do it like every week. If we can make them one-dimensional, that improves, our chances. I think, we can't allow them to have success running the football, but their backs are strong. You've got good balance. You've got 23, 28, and 25 are like clones. They're all about 5'10", 210, 220, run hard. You've got number 9, he's got a lot of juice. He's a guy that can break it when he's got, not that those other guys can't, but those other guys like pounding you a little bit. They're all averaging about 40 yards a game, so they're playing them all, and but that sets up everything else, just like a lot of teams. We've got to be able to stop the run, and then hopefully we can get some pressure on them, in the passing game. But these guys are good if you want to bring a lot of pressures, especially zone pressures. They know where to. They're well coached, man. They can get rid of the ball and find your soft spots, and you got to mix that up, So.
Have you seen about all you can see at XM in practice, where you have to see him now in a game?
Well, yeah. I still think he's a little rusty, obviously, and there's a big difference in practicing and playing in the game. He tells me he's ready to go. I believe him. Now he's got to go play a game now, and be consistently good. And that's he's going to be tested, I'm sure, when he's in there. So.